I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
And this is Spit It Up. But only Corey's doing it, so this should
If we didn't have so many electronics out here, I would have gone spit my water out. But
I mean, you could still do that.
we're not like that children's YouTube channel I saw.
Sori's watching this kid's YouTube channel. She's all jealous of these kids.
No, I put this on for Orion. He's like 15 months old. He's watching this. And then I'm like, these kids have so many toys. And they have this huge house. There's so many. Actually, honestly, that would stress me out.
They don't really have a big house.
Well, did you see how big those toys were?
It's like a little yard.
No. Well, maybe they have a small yard.
I'm sure they give away a lot of those toys.
The toys were so large that
they have to give them away.
The house has to be big to fit all those.
For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori now that we're done advertising other people's YouTube channels. There are multiple ways to get your song reviewed, dear listener. My favorite way is the community option. $1 to get gets you in a Patreon where you will meet the amazing Ian of the village, the amazing pony of the village, the mighty Kellendross. You pull your points together, and after you've done that, you get to influence what songs that we review. On top of that, there's a $5 tier, $10 tier, and based on whatever tier you're on, you get access to cool stuff. Like, for example, the $5 tier, you get to hear the first 40 seconds of the song that we're working on, which is coming along swimmingly, I must say. $10 tier is going to hear the instrumental that I'm working on with our producer, who actually, it's not going to be a traditional instrumental, because obviously your brother's very limited skill-wise. But there's some cool ideas that I have with it. You don't like it. You said it was all sad. You said it was too sad.
Well, I like it. It's just really sad, especially with the vocals you added in. It was really sad. Do you know what it is? It's so sad, and anything sad in regards to babies just makes me think of my miscarriage.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like. I'm like, no, like this baby's okay. It's not, because it sounds like he's singing it at a funeral.
Well, once the other stuff comes in, I think you'll probably change your mind. Change your mind out. But anyway, I love minor chords, so there you go. There's a shirt here. There's a whole bunch of things there that are exclusive.
Anytime that we put out an interview, like we just put out the Guar interview, that is available on Patreon, but it's uncut, so you get to see the conversation before and after.
Right.
Some of those conversations are actually pretty long.
And now, if you're a filthy capitalist like Sori, and you don't want to work in a group or anything like that, and you want to hop, skip, and jump straight in front of everybody, $125 at the gate gets you straight to the head of the line, where you will get your song reviewed individually. So that's what Daniel did. This is Corey Taylor. Spit It Out, and
we already did this. We did the live version,
right?
So
this is also a live version.
This is for Daniel,
but it's the live acoustic version,
right? So this is for Daniel, and he said, perhaps we'll like this one.
I have a bias against this immediately.
Why?
I don't feel like this song has, in any way, shape, or form, is going to work acoustically, but we shall see. Let's go.
Don't know everything.
Well, thank you so fucking much, Linda. Now, this next song is the last. It was... Fucking shut up. This song, this version of this song was actually debuted in England, in Great Britain. Until that point, I hadn't had the balls to play it for anybody. And then that happened. And I'm about to do it again. And what better way to fucking bring it in than to dedicate it once again to the ladies.
Dedicating Spit It Out to the ladies? That doesn't make sense. They're all
I do like it for an app. And I'm gonna give you one.
He can actually do that, though.
Yeah, I think so.
No. I will draw upon the power of Ashley, but not sing it, because I am no Rick Ashley. Since you never give a damn in the first place, maybe it's time the tables turned. The worst worst thing I've ever done. And I've been to Holland. And in the interest of I got the problem solved. And the verdict is guilty. Man nearly killed me. Stop away and in the track. Stop, drop, and roll. You are give from the get-go. Motherfucker, skipper cocksucker. Are you scared of me now? Then you're dumber than I thought. Oh, it's this and now I want. Foundation made of piss and vinegar. Steps in the ass smear. Think I pay your bullshit. Just another dumb bum chopping out this tip. Is there another way to break through the noise? Or something that I said that got you there? I mean, that way to work. And it ain't there up a vanity in me. All you wanna do is drag me down. All I wanna do is stamp you out. All you wanna do is drag me down. All I wanna do is stamp you out. Put those fucking hands together, London. Are you blast beating at halftime? Put some ass in that shit. No. There you go. Got my fucking eye on you. How many people have seen me do this before? How many people have been at a show where I've done this before? Well, thank you both for coming. Hope it's just as good as it was 7 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Now, but I've changed it up a little bit. I've changed it up a little bit. Because I want you all to repeat after me. Fuck me, I'm all out of enemies. Fuck me, I'm all out of enemies. I'm not going to say anything until you stop doing that. Fine. Fuck me, I'm all out of enemies. Fuck me, I'm all out of enemies. Here's where it gets really weird. Just the ladies. Yelling at me. Alright, all the guys. Those are the little dudes. Yeah, beer and pussy. This may be the last time I ever do this.
Those are nice.
One more time, everybody. Fuck me, I'm all out of enemies. Fuck me. Now, just how fucking weird are you prepared to go? Are you weird enough to say, hop on one leg? Now, when I say, hop on one leg, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? But not yet. Not yet. Not until I say, hop on one leg. Not until I say, hop on one leg. Is that clear, you crazy motherfuckers? I so have to give away some Slayer albums for this. But fuck it. Alright, get ready. About time I set this record straight. All I need to know is punching as I'm making me irate. Sick of my bitch and falling on their feet. Wait a minute, in the next 5 years. Cruising all through. All about this kicking the ready. Gonna get, gonna make you sick. You got dick when the best of the good stuff. Hey, man, you're sick of me. Chop on one leg. Fuck me. Fuck me, I'm all the way. Fuck me, I'm all of enemies. Fuck me, I'm all of enemies. Fuck me, I'm all of enemies. step you out one more time. All you wanna do is drag me down, and all I wanna do is step you out. Thank you so fucking much. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Good night.
Okay, I just have to say that during that review, a spider dropped down from the ceiling and then crawled back up to the ceiling, and that was freaking me out. So I was trying to keep track of it, and now I literally don't know where it is. I've really had it with bugs being on me when I don't know where they are.
It's right there. You're fine.
Is it really there? Are you just lying to me?
This girl was gonna be a missionary.
Is that really it?
She was gonna be a missionary.
Listen.
She's gonna die as a martyr. That was the plan. I wouldn't lie to you. I told you it was right there.
Well, I've put you in charge of bug duty before.
She was gonna be a missionary, y'all.
Well, I'm not a missionary now. I'm a mom in an apartment that I don't like bugs crawling on me in. So I don't want that spider on me.
She's gonna be a missionary. Where are you gonna go? Africa? Hard places in Africa?
Listen to this guy. No, that's not my life now.
It was never your life. It was never your life.
Can't you just squish that so I know that it's not going to fall on me?
No, because I'm not going to contribute to more of your mental weakness.
Okay, I'll be back. That's what happens when you marry a bad boy, not a gentleman.
I'm sure you'll have lots of gentlemen in the comment section that would have said, I'd kill a spider for you, Sori. I'll contribute to your mental fragility. They'd say all that shit to you. I'd do it. Just get in the comment section. They'll help you. They'll help you. You do a white woman in distress card.
Anyway, let's get to the review. So, at the beginning of this, he started singing something. He was doing so much joking that
it was spitting out.
I couldn't tell when. No, not at first. He did something else, and you're like, oh, actually, he could have sung that.
Oh, and then never gonna give you up.
Yeah, but then he did something else.
Since you never give a damn in the first place.
I'll clip it and add it in. But whatever that was sounded really, really, really good.
Well, he's a legitimate singer.
Yeah.
Corey's a legitimate singer. And I said I wasn't going to like the song, but I actually did like the song, actually. Like the way that he did and everything, and the way... See, here's the thing about watching him. When they first came out, dude was genuinely angry and miserable and anonymous. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, they had the masks and all that, and it was a giant mystery as to who they were. That was fun. That period of Slipknot where you didn't know who they were and all that, you had no clue. That was so fun at the time. I used to make fun of it because I was a Korn fan and girlfriend was Slipknot fan at the time. I used to make fun of it. I was like, that's so stupid. They're walking around in masks. But I loved the idea that, and then they take these pictures like this and put, you know, like it's like, oh, like you're trying to look at the angles everywhere you possibly could. And
how long did it take before they revealed themselves?
I don't know, because like, you know, I kind of fell off the map in metal when I ended up in the hospital, so I don't know.
I wonder how did they reveal themselves?
Yeah, like
accident or.
I mean, after doing it for 15, 20 years, however long they've done it, like, you know, it'd be kind of weird. Like, they're still walking around in masks, nobody knows who they are. You know, like, it would build the legend. It just wouldn't be the same. Because, like, we all kind of grew up with them. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're 50 years old still doing that. Mm-hmm. Like you're walking around with a mask, nobody knows who you are. It just doesn't work. But anyway,
I think it does.
This is what I was thinking about. Like, this aspect of his personality, like, you would have never. When Slipknot first came out, if somebody would have said, this is Corey Taylor, you'd be like, no way, no how. He was just so angry, he was so seething with rage and just hate that you would never imagine that he would be able to do something like this and like bring people together. And it just made me think about like Kurt Cobain. Like, you see Kurt still, I mean, the kid's, he's in his 20s. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he never got the opportunity to enjoy his success and then calm down and have kids of his own. He did have a daughter with Courtney Love that I learned from the channel, but like he never got the opportunity like to get out of that rage, suicidal life. He never had the so. Like, there are a few times, like, we've seen him live when we've covered some of their stuff where, like, he did have a sense of humor and he was funny. And it's like, he could have done something like this and brought a whole crowd of people together and been silly but still, you know, talented and all that. And it's just it just made me think, like, damn, like, if he would have given himself a chance to get to Corey's age, what would he I'm not talking about, like, all the great music we missed. I'm just talking about him, because it was clear, like, watching it, he enjoyed it. That's why he kept interrupting it or whatever. It was the last song, and I remember there was a DVD that they did for their second record, and it was they were in England, and it was called Disaster Pieces was the DVD. And at the end of the show, like, he stayed on the stage, and he, like, it was obvious he didn't want to leave. So he really kind of gets a lot of energy and love or whatever it is that happens to him when he's on stage. Like, because we've been to so many shows. There's some bands, like, the minute the show's, like, the thing is over, like Zen from Neo, like, the minute the last chord is played or whatever, he's out, he's gone. And you can tell,
he leaves during the...
Yeah, he'll phase in. And, like, you can tell... He loves that people love his music for sure. But like, I could tell even when he was hanging outside, like talking to people afterward and whatever, like he was doing it because he was supposed to do it. And he's a genuinely good guy, but it's not something like he doesn't live for that moment. I don't think. It didn't appear that way to me anyway.
Yeah.
But with Corey, it looks like he loves it. He loves being on stage. He loves being the center of attention. He loves making people feel good and happy. Yes, he's got a certain type of persona, but he's I think like this part of himself, maybe he wasn't at peace in 99, 2000 when they first came out, and he was just straight like to the wall because like I've never like I wasn't around when Korn came out, so I don't know what it was like when Korn first came out. Like I came in like very late, whereas I was there when Slipknot came out, and it was just all the mythology and all the craziness, and it was just, we were angry, so we were very happy that there was somebody as angry as we were, and he wasn't, walking around with any, like, there's no pretty boy stuff, and we were all ugly, so it was like, yeah, alright, like, this is a crew we're with, we're ugly, blah, blah, blah. It's almost fails, I bet I'm a heroin, I'm a so tall motherfucker. Only real Slipknot fans will know what I just said. So, anyway, that was what was going through my mind. Like, people were having a genuinely good time, and he was enjoying the fact that people were enjoying him, and he obviously didn't want to leave the stage. It was just like, man, what would it have been like for Kurt there's a lot of rock stars that died at 27, but what would it have been like for Kurt to be able to, like, get over that hump, like, and actually start enjoying the fact that you're a rock star, man, because it's a good gig. It comes with a lot of hardship, and navigating people and all that is difficult, but it's a really good gig to be able to do that. You're like, I'm like, we're doing our music and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, like if we were 10, 15 years ago in an alternate universe, like we would have put everything into it,
right? And
we would have been successful. It's true. I fully believe that. I don't know if we'd still be able to be together though.
I was just thinking something like that. I was like, so how many times did you have fired me?
Lindsay, we have an opening.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know though, because if I'd have met you 10 years ago, I think you were a different person. You know what I mean? Like, I think you would have had
so many things I could say right now.
I think like you would I think it'd be a lot different than now. But
it's true.
A little bit awkward, but we continue. So yeah, and I was surprised that he was able to make that work on the acoustic guitar, but he changed the tenor of the whole thing. And I like the fact that he didn't make it like funny, but he made it fun. It's like, it's acoustic guitar, it's like a very, very heavy song, very confrontational, but he didn't try to make it like, we're gonna keep, because I saw, I'm not gonna mention the band, but they did an Unplugged, and like some of the songs were an acoustic, and they were very, very aggressive songs, and they tried to be serious and keep it that way, and some songs just didn't work. So like, I'm glad that he was like, look, I'm not gonna be able to spit it out like in the original sort of, energy with it. I gotta come up with another energy that's fun and people can like come around with and have fun with and jump on one leg. And you remember when I talked about like rock stars having the influence over thousands of people at a time, and like the almost religious undertones of all the Slipknot fans went crazy in the comment section.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I wasn't saying that the guy was a cult leader. I was just talking about human nature, you fucking weirdo. I think he's fascinated by that. So he goes, jump on one leg. And everybody's like, we're gonna jump on one leg. And you see him like look to the side.
I know,
and I thought to myself, I guarantee you, they were in a hotel room the night before. And he was like, yo.
You should get him to jump on one leg or something like that. He's like, all right, I'll do it.
I'm thinking he was saying, yo, I can get these people to do anything I freaking ask them to do. No, you could, like, watch, jump on one leg. I'm gonna say jump on one leg instead of the other thing. They're like, all right, they ain't gonna do that. So then he says jump on one leg, and like he does a little look at the guy like, I told you I could get him to do it. And I think he's fascinated by his own influence, because like people who are influential, a lot of times they don't really know how influential they are until they like look back and be like, yo, I had all these people doing this shit. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially rock stars, because they're generally not like the popular kids in school. So they grew up not having any influence whatsoever.
This is interesting.
And now all of a sudden thousands of people are doing everything they say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those things where I'm sure he's like fascinated by his ability to do that. So
I mean, the show that we were at, he had everybody get down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was that's what he does in that part of the song. Like that's what we saw in the other video. So it was very, very. I know this song. Like I've heard this song so many times, and like this is like they had an original tape. They had Wait and Bleed, and then they had Spit It Out. And then if you turn the tape the other way, they had this song called Me Inside.
I, at the beginning, heard his voice doing something else that was like, his voice sounded really, really good. And so then my expectation got set for what it was going to sound like. And he basically just kept joking through the whole thing. That's what it seemed like to me. So I was like, really? I wanted what I originally heard. I'm going to play. Let me know in the comment section what song he was doing, because you're saying that it was that other thing, and I don't know that it was. But anyway, so I was like...
That's the only song I heard.
But I think that he has a really ridiculous voice, and I think that he should have showcased it more instead of...
Well, I mean, he did an entire set, so I'm sure he did other songs.
Right.
This is just one song. This is the last song in the set. So.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? So, all right, what do you get the song? Or the video? The video.
Oh, well, the video, like what he did with the crowd, I thought was really cool. I thought it was fun. People really seemed to enjoy it, stuff like that. 7.
This is a 9.8. It was very, very, very good. I don't like this. I don't like this song. Like, even when I listen to, like what I just described on the tape, I loved Wait and Bleed. I loved Me Inside. Spit It Out. I was like, eh. It was rap metal, and I didn't really like rap metal. I wasn't really feeling rap metal, so I never really liked Spit It Out. But I love what he did with this song. I love how he reimagined it. Like, that's the thing I love about covers. Like, I like when a cover is the same song, like it's in the same universe, but I love when the band does their own thing with it. Mm-hmm. And so he, obviously covering his own song, and he's a guitarist, blah, blah, blah. But I felt like he covered the song in a completely different way, but the song was still in the same universe. It was just, you know, a different planet, maybe a different galaxy. But it was Spit It Out, but it was the way that he did it with the acoustic, which I thought was very difficult to pull off, especially now that, you know, like, when I'm playing, I'll play downstairs and I go up here and then there's an acoustic here and then there's my Jackson there and then there's my recording guitar downstairs in the basement. So like, I'm playing different guitars all the time and like, I transpose the metal stuff, you know what I mean? Like I transpose that onto the guitar and it's like, okay, this is very, very different. Mm-hmm. You know, like the effects that I want to hear, things like that are like very different from the acoustic the other way. So anyway, if I heard this when I wasn't making music or creating music on guitar, I probably would have ranked it differently. But I really, really like what he did. I thought it was very intelligent. 9.8.
There you have it.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.